We have spent 70 to 100 years investing in helping people move around by car. We are in a deep hole with regard to other modes of transportation.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.
Overall, the big things we need to do in transportation. We need to think about land use and how our decisions impact land use, and how we encourage people to make land use decisions that will only require us in transportation to come back and invest more. We don't need to feed that loop. We can interrupt it. We can stop subsidizing and embedding land use decisions that can only result in more need for transportation investment. If we really focus on our roadway design and making safety the top priority instead of moving vehicles quickly, we can make it possible for more short trips, both in and out of a car. Right now, we focus so much, again, on moving corridors quickly, we cut off shorter car trips, and in doing so, we make shorter walking trips out of the question. And we can invest heavily in non-car options. We have spent 70 to 100 years investing in helping people move around by car. We are in a deep hole with regard to other modes of transportation. We are not going to remove ourselves from that hole by investing 20% of what we invest in highways in other modes. We are going to have to at least match what we're spending for those driving in those not driving if we want to become anywhere close to bringing them onto equal footing and being able to claim that we've given our consumers anything close to a choice. Specifically, we should be measuring greenhouse gas emissions by project, by tip, and looking both forward and backward. You can't claim that it's a priority if you're not measuring it. And we can look at people like CDOT and look at ways to require mitigation to reduce that impact. We can address the problems of now rather than trying to guess the unguessable of what might happen in 20 years, a process that leads to overbuilding and inducing more demand. We can measure induced demand. We and therefore have a better understanding of what our investments are going to do in terms of future congestion, real benefit, and greenhouse gas emissions, as well as all the other impacts we talked about. Frankly, we need to do a lot to look at our overall modeling, but I think we need to start with just rethinking the question we ask and our beginning question is, what will the traffic be at the end of the useful life of this thing we're building? We can define the problem differently. If we start using the technology we hold in our smartphones in our transportation system, we can get a much richer understanding of how the transportation system is working and how it's connecting people to the things they need. And then we will have dozens of solutions at our fingertips to solve the problem, not just investing in speeding up vehicles along one corridor. We can also build our priorities into every single project. Again, don't only do your carbon reduction work in the carbon reduction program. If carbon reduction is going to be our priority, it's going to be done with every dollar spent. And we can look at our rules, procedures, standards, trainings, performance reviews. Embedded in so many of those processes is the origins of our program, the building out of the national highway system in an interstate program. And what we need to do is look through all of them and ask, is doing what we want in reducing emissions the easiest thing to do with all of those rules, procedures, standards, trainings, and performance reviews? Or does it require our people, our staff, our engineers and planners to go out on a limb? We need to make it the easy thing to do.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
I like a bank that's a pillar in my community.
I like a bank so cutting edge, they have a lab branch.
We are so alike.
Well, we do both bank at Farmers National Bank.
Farmers.
Stand strong.